Okay, so today we're going to go over drawing interiors. Make sure your paper is dated for today, the 26th. Very quick. And let us just get right down into it. So let's start with these two boxes here. You do not have to write down all the notes. However, I do suggest that you draw what I draw. Alright, it is imperative that you establish the end of the room around your vanishing point. Objects cannot vanish into the distance in a finite space. Look at what finite means. Let's see here. Eeny, meeny, miny, Savannah! Savannah, hi. Pardon? Finite does not mean to fade away. Think about it. What does infinite mean? Gordon. No limits, no boundaries. So if something that infinite has no boundaries, then what does finite mean? What happens when we take off the IN at the beginning? Pardon? Alright, if infinite is endless, and we take away the IN, just make it finite, what's the difference? Let's see here. How about Keldria? If infinite is endless, what does finite mean? Having limits and boundaries. Things can only be infinite when you're outside because you can't see beyond your vanishing point. But you know that there's something there. Just because you see the end of the road does not mean that the road stops where you see it. It stops in your perception, but it does not stop in reality. For all you know, that road goes all across the United States. So before you can establish into your room, let's put down the vectors. Remember, draw lightly because you want to erase these at the end. Then my establishing shot will be right here. And once you make your establishing wall, then you can darken the vectors that you're actually going to use. I want to have a dry out. So in doing this, you've now established your ceiling, your floor, and your wall. Now, let's assume that this wall has doors. How tall should our door be? Should it be touching the ceiling or should it be below it? Below it. Now, in this case, I'm just going to use this line here. I use a diagonal to line up with my vector, and then I use a vertical to bring it down to my vector along the bottom. Voila, a door. Now, let's say that I want to establish a hallway, kind of like in the front of the school. I might want to go a little bit higher. Same way I work a door. Now, due to my space constraints, how can I make this look like a hall? Because I can't see the floor. But what could I see? Sophia, what can I do to make this look like a hallway? To make this look like it's going off somewhere else? Huh? Well, shading, yes, but we need to do something else first. Something with the lines. What kind of lines we use? Because we already have a vertical. Horizontal. Going from a corner up here, we go like so. Maybe we can place another door here. And there, without even needing a floor, we have established a separate hallway and a separate room. Yes. Very quick. Now, at this time, we can use things like shading. Just like coloring, make sure you shade in one direction. And we need something to make the doors pop. So, let's see. Let's consider the doors are in this school. What does every door to a classroom have in the school? A small window. So I'm going to draw myself two small vectors here. And just a little tiny doorknob. So zoom in this in for y'all. There we go. Focus. Yes, come on. There we go. Now once we have this down, let's put it on the floor real quick. Toss in a few more vectors. And then we use our horizontal lines to establish our floor, our tiles. Now what else can we add to this hallway to make it look a little more like a school? Who's that? Huh? Lights. So let's try some lights up here. Now because we do not have as many ceiling tiles as we have floor tiles, we can actually afford to space these out more and not have as many diagonals. Establish one row for your lights. Let's say right over the doors here. And I'm going to kind of frame around this, since the lights don't just sit there, they have to be encased in the wall. Now let's establish another one that is further over. Let's go 2 tiles over. What else can we add? Maybe something on the walls. Bulletin boards. Now, bulletin boards here are a little bit higher than the door itself was framed up. And let's say for this one, they're a little bit higher. Now when you're doing things that are attached to the wall but not built into the wall, make sure to just make a little edge here. Use horizontal lines and then a vertical. And this helps it extend away from the wall itself. Now, because the bottom of my board is below the horizon line and the top of my board is above the horizon line, I'm going to be able to see the edges in each section. So there's the edge facing us, edge of the top, edge of the bottom. Okay, so we have a hallway, that's fine all. Let's start making a room here. So for a room, we're going to do the exact same thing, however, our establishing box is going to be larger. So if our establishing box has to be larger, why is that? What does it mean if our establishing box is larger here than it is over here? My answer? Let's try it again. Alright, so look how far back our box is here. Look how small it is. Now compared to over here, why is this one larger if we're going to do a room? Savannah? Because it's closer. When you're in a room by itself and not a hallway or corridor, your ending wall is going to be closer because you don't have as much space to go into. So yes, this tells us that things do expand past what we see, but that's only for reference point. Here, everything has to stop at the wall. So let's see here. Eeny, meeny, miny, who to pick on? The Hamiltons, Burton, Sophia, Sanders, Patrizio, Cannavario. Who to pick on? Who to pick on? Did someone just say not me? Andrea, let's pick on you today. So tell us about your room. You have a regular bed or a bunk bed? Okay. So let's say just put a bedroom here. Is your bed against the wall in the middle of the room? Where is it? In the middle, right? So we're going to establish the head of her bed using the horizontal line. And we're going to say she has a nice, big, queen-size bed. How many mattresses do you have? Perfect. Now notice here that I'm not making the lines perfectly vertical when I get to the end here. I'm curving it. Hmm? That's fine, just don't do it again. Now do you have a headboard or what does it look like? Huh? Is it square? Okay. What color is it? You have a window in your room? Where's the window? Will be on the left or the right? Okay, where's one? Or are they? If we were standing at the foot of your bed right now, would we see both windows? Which one will we see? The left or the right? Huh? The right one, huh? Now, just like we do in the bulletin board, since this area is below horizon line, we are going to see the edge here, here, and this part is above the horizon line, so we're going to see here. Now, if it's a window, what's something that all windows are supposed to have?
Those little
Curtains. So do you have like the single curtain, or is it like that kind of a sloping curtain? That's a sloping. And of course, you need a windowsill. Now, what kind of light fixture do you have? Ceiling fan, right? Thank you for that. So in this case, the ceiling fan can't be in the ceiling, right? It has to be attached to it, but not in it. So we're going to use a vertical line. Now, because the ceiling fan is above the horizon line, should I see the top of the ceiling fan or the bottom? The bottom. It's very clear. All right, do you have any posters? Huh? What do you have on your walls? You have nothing on your walls. Okay, we're gonna pretend that she has some like posters, but like maybe a boy band, BTS. I don't know what you're listening to. Like a big old poster of some dude. Maybe some family photos. And what kind of floor do you have? Wood, carpet, what? Alright, carpet, then you just have to do a few lines for the sake of texture. And what kind of bed sheets you have? What kind of bed sheets you have? Bed sheets, you know, the things you put on your bed? Do they have like a graphic on them, or are they just a solid color? Alright. So, you need to get some decorations to your room here. Make sure I add some pillows back here. Oh, okay, we're coming tomorrow. We are going to do a little more interior work. And just for the sake of argument, today, try to draw your rooms. Just stand in the foot of your bed, draw what you see directly in front of you. Y'all have a good day. See you tomorrow.